Mr. Darren Caldwell from Unity Health Harris Medical Center. I guess you are the head man, as we say, vice president. What's the title, my friend? Tell me the title.
I am Vice President Administrator of Unity Health Harris Medical Center.
And you have a job that is vitally, vitally important to this organization. First of all, let me say thank you for the year and a half that you've been here. You're everywhere within the community. You're everywhere outside the community. You are a busy, busy fella. How's the first year and a half been for you?
Well, let me tell you, I am in a lot of places. I don't deny that this job keeps me busy, but Newport's such a great town. Why wouldn't you want to be everywhere around here?
Sure.
I can't imagine living anywhere else right now. Community's been extremely receptive, been very welcoming. My family has been overwhelmed with the kindness that we've received. So fitting in was just a matter of
Easy.
shutting one door and opening another one.
Absolutely.
So that has, obviously, relocating has kept me busy, and Unity has kept me busy. We're excited about the accomplishments that we've had here in the last year and a half. We continue to see some growth. We're excited about some strategic plans that we have in place. Gosh, I could go on and on. Right now, I'm afraid we may hear some dinging and clanging. We've got a remodel going on to the building. We'll be adding our MRI unit.
Okay.
That'll be permanently placed here. We're hoping it'll be here about the second week of March. That's something we've been able to offer on a mobile unit, but we felt like, hey, we need that thing to be a permanent addition.
It's a big
to
addition.
The facility.
Big addition.
Sure. We just recently finished our remodel of our New Life Center, our OB area, so we'll have some new furnishings coming in with that. So you ladies that held off long enough to have a new place, here you go.
Here we are.
And then we've got some other things in store, so it's pretty exciting around here.
I want to ask you this, and you talk about the excitement, and I get a lot of questions in the public from time to time, and I mean, when you mention the Mayo Clinic, I mean, you're mentioning something that whether you're in the medical field or not, everybody's heard of Mayo Clinic and the association. Such a huge, huge thing for us to be able to associate ourselves with the Mayo Clinic. Tell us exactly what that is and how that works.
Yeah, we are excited about that. And the way it works is, no, Mayo did not buy Unity. I did say we bought Mayo for a little while, and that got a little confusing, so we probably decided we wouldn't do that. But we have an association with them through the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
Okay.
And to kind of simplify it, if you have a problem and one of our local physicians feels like you need some other attention, we will bring all your chart and all your information together.
Okay.
We will send that information up to Mayo at one of its 3 locations, whether it's in Rochester, Minnesota, or out at Phoenix, Arizona, and then the office that we primarily utilize is in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
And whatever physician, whatever specialty that the patient needs to receive the additional care, we send it to them, and within 3 days we get an answer back by what that physician feels. Now, the system as a whole, we've done about 60 to 70 of those so far since last May. And what we have found is on almost every occasion that the doctor at Mayo has said, y'all are doing exactly the right thing.
Good.
Now, what they have occasionally done said, here's some new stuff you might want to try. We have begun to do some of this. You may want to try that. But for the most part, it's been great. Not only do we have access to their physicians, but we got access to their database. So they have their own library of information.
Sure.
And we have that at the fingertips. So whether you use one of our nurse practitioners or physicians, they may slip into the other room, click on the computer, have a file pop up, and give us one of the most up-to-date answers that you can get from physicians that utilize this particular information out of the Mayo system. So you may not ever leave the office and get a Mayo interpretation.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I know this. The association, once that was designated to us, or so on and so forth. When you're dealing with Mayo Clinic, you're dealing with some of the best in the world, and that allows us to be able to connect with our patients, the best of the world care. And obviously, like you say, like you said, they usually tell us, you guys are doing a pretty good job right there. You're on course of what you're doing. So that's a pretty good pat on our back that says we are pretty darn good and doing quite well.
And obviously the key is, would you rather drive to McLean Street or would you rather take a trip to Rochester?
Absolutely.
And that's what we're trying to get across to people. So.
Absolutely. I got to ask you about this Continuity Care Clinic. Tell us, I mean, a big addition when we had that. Tell us a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit about
Well, you know, we started that about a year ago last October with our first class, and we had 4. Starting last July, we added 4 more physicians because a new class came on. We're in year 2 of our residency program out of Unity. So what we did, we have 4 first-year residents.
Okay.
And those 4 we had last year have stayed on. They've just split the days. 2 come on Tuesday, 2 come on Thursday.
Good.
On Tuesday, Dr. Dudley, I pulled him out of mothballs, asked him to come out of retirement. So he oversees that particular day. And Dr. White, who was here last year, he continues to come on Thursday. So the very word itself, continuity clinic, means that you go there and that the physician, while he's in his training process of residency, you can go back to that particular man or woman, and for 3 years you're followed. And obviously what we want to have happen is one of them decide to like it here as much as I do and stay.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're trying to get to.
Yeah, we're recruiting doctors for the future and hope those guys do stay, guys and girls. And then, but just another great program that Unity Health and Harris Medical Center has. As we've delved into that, and we continue to do other things. Yep. Now I got to ask you about this. I got to brag a little bit because I was just checking on the internet, and I ran across Arkansas Hospital Association Board of Directors. Chairman is my good friend. Tell me about that. How you get the distinction, and it sounds to me like that's a pretty important distinction to be the board of directors of the Arkansas Hospital Association. Tell us about the association first.
First of all, I am proud to represent Harris in the organization. Arkansas Hospital Association has been around since the 20s. Okay. Basically it was created, the hospitals in the state got together and said, there's things that we just can't do on a day-to-day basis. So when there's issues at Washington or Little Rock with the Capitol, when there are special new concerns or educational opportunities to come up, we recognize that having one hub and all the hospitals have access to this hub of information, we come together, we talk things out about politics. When new regulatory agencies come up with something, hey, we all need to get together and figure out how this works, and that's what the Hospital Association does for us. Being chairman, I've been on the board. I've served on the board for probably 7 to 8 years.
Wow.
Ran for chairman-elect.
Okay.
Won that. It was a 2-year, and it almost always leads into chairman. Well, what happened was the person who had the chairmanship changed jobs, removed himself from the position he had, and the bylaw said if the chairman's job comes up empty, chairman-elect takes his and fulfills his term plus the upcoming term.
Sure.
So for about 3.5 years, I'm going to figure out how to run that organization right into the ground, I guess. I don't know.
I know you'll be great. Not at running into the ground, but you'll do great at that, I know.
It's a fine organization. They do great work. Almost every hospital in the state is a member, and so I do have a lot of opportunities to interact with the other guys and women around the state. We always feel like it's an advantage to be in the know, and that's what it is, put you in the know.
Unity Health, Harris Medical Center, when we change, and human nature tells us that we don't like change when change is unknown. Well, that can't be good. I mean, but the change for us in Newport, Arkansas, Jackson County, Northeast Arkansas has been phenomenal. And the things I swear that I hear about you and what you're doing from a leadership standpoint, it's just a phenomenal organization led by a good group, and you're at the top of that group for the Harris Medical Center, and we do quite well, my friend, and congratulations to you, because I think I'm always one of those that says it takes a good leader for all of us to follow in there and do well, but we're doing okay, you know it?
Well, we joked before we started this thing that I was going to be able to make the battery run out on the camera, and I definitely could talk on and on about the quality work that Unity does. Matter of fact, Sunday, we're going to have our 50th anniversary celebration.
Right.
So we feel like that proves that Unity's been around for a while too. But the key is, I'm really not all that great, but I work with a great group of people.
Yes, sir.
And the fact that collectively we care and we can somewhere or another make things happen. We're blessed. God is good, and we look to Him for a lot of answers, and thank goodness He gives us good answers.
Absolutely.
So we're excited to be here, and we know Jackson County, Newport area, we're going to be excited to be part of a springboard that's going to take place here.
There you go. There you go. My friend, it's always my pleasure to get to see you. And I hadn't seen you very often the last several months. And
well, I run from you as much as I can.
I bet you do. I bet you do. But I appreciate you taking time on a Friday afternoon, late in the afternoon, and it's still work time, isn't it?
Well, it's snow on the ground. I want people to know I don't usually walk around in a turtleneck. But
That's right.
I felt like I better do a disclaimer.
Yes, sir. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, too. Thank you for dropping by anytime.
Darren Caldwell at Unity Health Harris Medical Center here in Newport. And let's continue on more of the Business Spotlight.